One of the items on their bucket list was to get a solid gold watch, so the duo went to a shop and looked for the most expensive solid gold watch they could find, had fun with the watches, and then returned to their base. They noticed that the water pumps had stopped and that the electricity was also out since it had been pitch black throughout the city. Although their phones still had some charge left, they couldn't connect to the internet to get any news, and Kensho even thought that they could be the only people left in the city. Since the number of zombies has continuously increased and it's also getting more difficult to secure food and water, Kensho thought that it was about time to take their situation a bit more seriously. Akira wondered if they would need to farm or hunt to secure a safe place and food, and he realized that they actually still needed to work. However, he set aside the matter after seeing the beautiful stars in the night sky. Because of this, he remembered when he used to watch the stars with his parents during his childhood. Kensho knew what Akira was thinking, so he assured him that his parents were safe. Akira agreed, and he decided that they should head to his hometown at Gunma. The next day, the duo started packing for their trip. Akira teased Kensho for bringing so much stuff even though they decided to pack lightly, but the first thing he placed in his bag was his gaming console. He also visited his room to bid farewell to his memories in Tokyo, from his college life to his office life. While riding their bike, Akira said that he wanted to get something since they would be on a long journey. Kensho thought that he was talking about a real gun, but Akira explained that he wanted to get an RV because he wanted to have a kitchen, a bathroom, and a place where they could sleep anytime. He thought that an RV was the only way to travel around during a zombie apocalypse, and Kensho thought that it was a great idea, so they immediately went to a camping car show to get one. However, they were surprised to see Shizuka at the place. Akira thought it was fate, as it was already the third time that they had run into each other, and he asked her if she would like to join them to go to Gunma. But like usual, she refused, saying that she didn't have enough lives to team up with them. Akira felt down because of this, but the two ignored him. Kensho asked Shizuka if she had a license. She said that she didn't have one, but she explained that it shouldn't matter since they are in a state of emergency, and she thought that using an RV to travel long distances was the best way, based on the zombie movies she had watched. Kensho was surprised that she was a fan of these kinds of movies, but she explained that she only watched around 100 of them to use them as a reference. Kensho refuted that it was already hardcore fan territory. Shizuka ignored him, but she told them that an RV is a travel standard during the zombie apocalypse. Akira was delighted that he and Shizuka had the same idea, and he excitedly asked her again to join them, but she still sternly refused. However, Kensho reminded her that she didn't have a license, while Akira emphasized that it would be a poor risk analysis to do something unfamiliar to her, like driving, and she felt helpless when the duo mentioned all the benefits if they traveled together. The duo jumped in excitement after seeing all kinds of RVs, and then they had fun checking out all the ridiculous-looking and luxurious RVs that were unfit to use in their situation, while Shizuka looked for a durable RV that could also travel off-road, which is perfect for their needs. However, she got distracted when she heard the two screaming at the top of their lungs. They saw an RV that costs more than 20 million yen, and after seeing its luxurious interior, the duo thought that they would take that RV. Shizuka disagreed, as it was too big to get through the abandoned vehicles blocking the roads, and she showed them the durable-looking RV that she picked. Akira complained, saying that it was just an ordinary-looking car, while Kensho said that she should be able to find one that would suit her taste. Shizuka refused to pick based on her liking. However, she got excited when she saw an RV with an interior similar to a luxury hotel in Bali. Then the duo immediately teased her when they noticed that she wanted to pick this RV, and they insisted that they pick based on their dreams and sense of adventure, but she argued that they would pick based on safety and utility. However, while they were bickering, the zombies managed to surround them, so they had to pick a random RV and focus on escaping. While traveling on the highway, Akira thought that the silence was creepy, so Shizuka said that the people probably didn't have a chance to escape because the virus had spread too quickly. Akira asked if she thought that it was really a virus, so she explained that the aggression caused by the hormonal changes that affect the brain could only be caused by a virus. Then she mentioned that there are many potential solutions, like creating a vaccine to counter the virus, so the world isn't over yet and they still have hope. Akira wondered if there were already people working to stop the infection, but Shizuka said that she had no idea and thought that it had nothing to do with them since they were barely surviving the zombies. Kensho noticed that they were about to leave Saitama and that Gunma would be in sight soon, so Akira said that they should find a truck stop and eat since he was already starving. Kensho agreed, thinking that they should rest for the day. However, they didn't notice that a spike strip was set up in front of them. Although Akira and Shizuka were completely fine, Kensho was lying on the ground injured after falling from his bike. Kensho was in bad condition, while Shizuka found out that a spike strip was the reason for their crash. But before they could do anything else, people in baseball uniforms who were on buses blocked their path, and Kasugi was leading them. After seeing Kasugi, Akira's trauma from the past returns. He remembered how Kasugi used to abuse him at work. Kasugi pretended to be glad that Akira was alive, and Akira suddenly felt his stomach churn while having difficulties breathing after talking to him. Kasugi acted like they weren't responsible for the spike strips that punctured their vehicles, and he offered to help treat Kensho's injuries. He also said that they could help Akira's group change their tires and give them some food. He pretended that he actually cared about Akira. However, everything was in exchange for having Akira work under him again. Shizuka pointed out how Kasugi's group would rob people of their means of transportation, injure them, and manipulate them when they're vulnerable to put them to work for cheap. Although Kasugi didn't deny that they had set up the traps, he said that it was to protect their group from the looters, and he doesn't see anything wrong with what he did. And after seeing that the zombies had started coming in their direction, he knew that Akira would succumb to the pressure, so he repeated his offer, and Akira had no choice but to agree to work under him for 2 days. Kasugi proudly showed his company, and then he told Akira that he would be working the loading dock and reinforcing the barricades. Akira felt worried when he noticed that everyone carrying the loads looked extremely exhausted, and Kasugi showed up behind him, saying that he would quickly regain the feel of working under him, which agitated Akira. At the same time, Shizuka was treating Kensho's injuries, and he was blaming himself that Akira had to work under Kasugi again. Shizuka tried to console him, saying that everything was planned. He thought that they would have to endure for 2 days since they couldn't replace their tires and leave, but she was worried that it wouldn't just be 2 days. Akira started working, loading the trucks. Like everyone else, he was suffering from the heat and had swollen arms, and he thought that it was like going back to his previous work. But to erase the thought, he took out his bucket list and reminded himself that he was going to live his life the way he wanted. At the same time, he noticed the bottle of beer loaded inside the truck, and since everyone was working in the heat, he thought of chilling some beers for everyone for dinner. Kasugi noticed this and was enraged, as he thought that it was just a waste of electricity to chill the beers and distribute them to everyone. Akira wanted to explain, but his trauma prevented him from talking back. However, Kasugi's other subordinates saw the cold beers and thought they were for them, so he pretended that he ordered Akira to prepare these beers for everyone to thank them for their hard work and for the welcome party that he had prepared for Akira's group. Afterwards, Kasugi showed Akira how he was using the zombies to pull the trucks. He said that they were just the company's equipment that didn't have any will, and only worked without talking. Then he told Akira that he was merely a piece of equipment that was worthless and incapable of achieving anything special, and all he should be doing is following his orders and being useful like the zombies. Kensho noticed that something was wrong with Akira. Although Kasugi was his former boss, he couldn't understand why Akira was letting Kasugi order him around while disrespecting him. Shizuka recalled her childhood memories, and she explained that even though the mind knows that they're unfairly controlling you, your heart never forgets the fear. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy this video, and please subscribe so you won't miss the next part. And just comment down any anime you want to see in this channel.